Friends, you must have got our manifesto copy, press note explaining the salient points of our manifesto. Friends, 2024 Parliament elections are very critical for the country and its future. Ever since BJP came to power with Mr. Modi as Prime Minister, country has been passing through multiple crises. The BJP rule, Mr. Modi rule, has been proved to be disastrous for the country as a whole. The Constitution is under attack. BJP, being the political arm of RSS, is trying to subvert the Constitution and ultimately replace the present Constitution given to us by Dr. Ambedkar and galaxy of leaders. The present Constitution defines India as a secular democratic republic. And India is facing a threat today, whether the democratic republic, secular democratic republic, will continue to survive, or the people will lose the secular democratic republic, because RSS believes in an ideology which is based on Manusmriti. They try to convert India as a theocratic nation, Indian state as a theocratic state. This is what the BJP RSS combine is trying to do for the past 10 years. They want to redefine the Indian nationhood, rewrite the Indian history. The other issue is, when the Constitution was adopted, the Constituent Assembly made it clear Indian state should remain as a secular welfare state. Indian nation should remain having a welfare state. What does it mean? State should ensure all means of livelihood to all citizens, men and women. This is what Constitution says. Constitution talks about justice, social, political and economic. Constitution talks about liberty, equality and fraternity. To achieve these goals, Indian state should remain as a welfare state. But for the past 10 years, what we have been witnessing, Indian state is becoming a state serving the interests of corporate houses, big business houses, letting down the toiling people of our country. Mr. Modi talks about wealth creators. He means only the corporate houses and big business houses. He doesn't recognize the workers, the farmers, the agricultural workers, and the workers in both formal and informal sector as the real wealth creators. That is why during the past 10 years we have witnessed the unprecedented inequality in our country. The Constitution defines India as union of states. India, that is Bharat, union of states. But for the past 10 years, 9+ years, what we are witnessing is the union government is encroaching upon the rights and powers of state governments, depriving the state governments of their own rights, powers, and governors are being used as their union government's agents, creating problems for the elected state governments in various states. In this background, our party, the CPI, thinks if we have to save our republic as secular democratic republic, we have to save our constitution. Then only we can think of democracy. Already democracy is in peril. Parliament is made redundant and the government is becoming more and more authoritarian, dictatorial. Government is using all central agencies to suppress the people and the political parties in our parliamentary democratic system. Government thinks nobody should question the government, nobody should criticize the policies of the government. If somebody does it, they will be called as urban Naxals, terrorists, anti-nationals. This is the narrative we are witnessing for the past 10 years. In this background, our party thinks if we want to save India as a democratic republic, secular democratic republic, if we want to save our constitution, if we want to save our democracy, if we want to save our secular democratic fabric of our country, if we want to safeguard the federal system of governance, and if we want to protect the rights of the people, ensuring all means of livelihood for the people, it has become imperative that BJP has to be thrown out of power. In the elections, people should vote and defeat BJP and its allies. Then only India can remain as a secular democratic republic. I don't need to explain further. Today, Mr. Modi thumbs up and tells people whatever he says, it is Modi's guarantee. It is Modi's guarantee. What is that Modi's guarantee? When Mr. Modi became Prime Minister, he said, Acha din, everybody will have a good day. But today, the farmers, how they are fighting for minimum support price. Farmers who produce the food for all citizens, they are passing through unimaginable sufferings. They don't get adequate price for their produce. There is no minimum support price. Mr. Modi promised doubling the income of farmers. Mr. Modi, was it not guarantee given by you? Today what happened? Where is that doubling of income? Ask any farmer whether he gets double income. This is what Modi promised. Mr. Modi promised 2 crore jobs per year. 9+ years, 10 years, 20 crore jobs. Where is the job? Today all reports expose that unemployment is the most burning issue today, and we never witnessed such a rate of unemployment, such a quantum of unemployment in India before. What is the Modi's guarantee? We would like to ask. Modi promised so many things. Minimum government, maximum governance. But the practice shows governance has become minimum and minus, and government has become maximum, and government is using all central organs to suppress the people and to suppress the opposition in the country. This is what we are witnessing today. Modi talked about cooperative federalism. Now we are asking, Mr. Modi, where is cooperation among union government, state governments, and among state governments? Where is cooperation? And you know how the states are being treated. In Tamil Nadu, there is huge protest against Mr. Modi, where that state was passing through unimaginable sufferings because of rain, cyclone, storm, everything. Mr. Modi had no time to visit there. Modi had no not generous heart, the constitutionally bound duty to extend relief and rehabilitation to the people of Tamil Nadu. I am taking one example, Tamil Nadu. Whatever money Tamil Nadu government has asked, Modi refused to give. Even Modi refused to visit the cyclone affected areas. Where is cooperation? Where is federalism? This is what people are asking now. And Modi said, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Now there are reports. Who is controlling the wealth of the nation? All reports are before us. How Adani's, Ambani's, the corporate houses own up the largest quantity of wealth in the country. The bottom huge population doesn't have any hold on the property, on the wealth created by themselves. What is the talk of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas? Mr. Modi should explain. Now he says Modi's guarantee, Modi's guarantee. What is Modi's guarantee, Mr. Modi? Whatever you promised, you failed to implement because you have an ideology. That ideology is not for serving the working people, toiling people. You serve the interests of corporate houses, Adani's, Ambani's. That is why unprecedented inequality in our country, and people do not have access to quality public education, to health care, and people still are struggling for housing, employment, food, everything we all know. So Modi government has completely failed to fulfill its own promises. Rather, Modi government has taken the country to multiple crises. Modi government's policies are proved to be disastrous, and Modi government should not continue in office. That is why we are appealing to the people of our country. If we want to save our nation, India, constitution, democracy, Modi government should be removed from power. BJP should be removed from power. Keeping this as primary objective, our party has been working with other secular democratic forces and uniting all of them to move for a change of government, removing the BJP government. And keeping this in view, our party has come out with the manifesto, and it deals with all relevant issues, the issues confronted by our people. And Mr. Modi and his government suddenly raised the issue of CAA. When the CAA came before Parliament as legislation, we opposed it, and we said it is unconstitutional. Religion should not be the basis for citizenship. Religion and citizenship cannot be linked. That is unconstitutional, we said. But now the CAA is brought, rules have been framed. Several state governments have made their position clear. How can we implement CAA? It cannot be implemented. But Modi government is trying to impose it on all the state governments. The same way, Modi government is snatching the powers of state governments. What is this NEP, New Education Policy or National Education Policy? It's a policy to centralize, to commercialize, and to communalize the education. That needs to be scrapped. That needs to be scrapped. All languages must be protected, preserved, and treated equally. All languages are our languages, and no one language, single language, should have preferential treatment. India is a country with tremendous diversities. We must understand this. In the same way, we are talking about Manipur. Why Manipur is in crisis? Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah boasted about double-engine government. What happened in Manipur? Double-engine governments should take the responsibility. The union government headed by Mr. Modi and the government which was under BJP rule, they should take the responsibility. Why Manipur continues to be in crisis? Jammu and Kashmir, why people should suffer? And Jammu and Kashmir is not a just law and order problem, just a security problem. People should be taken into confidence. and it must be addressed as a political issue. That's why our party has said their statute should be restored with a special status, and people must be taken into confidence. All stakeholders should be consulted. In the same way, Andhra Pradesh, people are asking for special status category. It was a promise given on the floor of the house, and the present government is a continuing one if Mr. Modi agrees. The promise given by the previous government, how this government simply say no to that? That is there. And coming back to economy, Mr. Modi says India is one of the 5 largest economies, and Modi's guarantee, he gives India will become one of the 3 largest economies. This is what he says. But what is our economy today? What is our economy today? What is the foreign debt today? Can Mr. Modi tell the people? What is the foreign debt today? What is the value of Indian rupee? When Mr. Manmohan Singh was Prime Minister, what Mr. Modi said, the value of Indian rupee is linked with the national honor, nation's honor and pride. What happened to today? What is the value of Indian money? Economy is in bad shape. Public sector undertakings are being privatized recklessly. Being privatized. Visakhapatnam steel plant. The workers are fighting for such a long time. Why Visakhapatnam steel plant should be privatized? No reason. Just to support privatization. Because Mr. Modi has started handing over seaports, airports, everything to Adani's and other corporate houses. Now steel plants, everything should be handed over to corporate houses. Planning Commission has been abolished. Niti Aayog. And India is a country, and we want all states must develop evenly. Now we are witnessing uneven economic development, uneven social development because of the economic policies pursued by Modi government. That's why our party honestly thinks Planning Commission must be restored, and Planning Commission should be there, because if Planning Commission is there, we can evolve appropriate policies. When Planning Commission was there, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, they have special plans, scheduled caste, comprehensive plan, tribal sub-plan, and now those plans have been given up. And how to protect the interests of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe? That is why we think Planning Commission must be restored. Public sector must be protected. Public sector must be protected. There we go to the extent of saying the reservation, policy of reservation should be implemented in private sector. Why private sector cannot provide reservation? If Modi government is sincere to social justice, Modi government should bring law to provide reservation in private sector. It is not happening. I myself moved a private member resolution in Parliament demanding reservation in private sector. So public sector needs to be strengthened, protected. Reservation in private sector should be ensured. Here we also say, taking into consideration the social and economic and educational backwardness. There should be proper census. There we think the caste census must be undertaken in order to get proper data, in order to evolve appropriate policies to provide welfare to the marginalized, deprived sections of our society. Coming back to unemployment, our party manifesto makes it clear. The rural working for people, the agricultural workers who are employed under Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee schemes, they must get at least 200 days of work in a year and rupees 700 per day. They must survive as human beings, and it should be understood. And our young people are witnessing an uncertain future. How to help our young people? There must be initiative to bring Urban Employment Guarantee Act, like Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Urban Employment Guarantee Act should be brought that will help our unemployed young people, and filling up vacancies is one thing, but how to generate new jobs, this must be the concern for the future government also. So friends, our party discussed all these questions, and our party will take up these issues when the new government is formed. We are hopeful. People of India, our people, have their own political experience, political maturity. They have gone through the disasters of Modi government's policies. They will vote against BJP. They will remove BJP from power. There will be a new government. When the new government is formed, our party will play a constructive role, positive role, taking in view the genuine issues faced by the people and the country. This is what we are trying to tell the people, and already our campaign is going on, and our party has been put up candidates in several states. In some states, we are yet to announce our candidates. For instance, in Kerala, we fight 4 seats. In Tamil Nadu, 2 seats. In Andhra, we will be fighting 1 seat. In Bihar, we are fighting 1 seat. In Jharkhand, we are fighting 4 to 5 seats. UP, we are fighting more than 2 seats. Like that, throughout the country, we are fighting the elections. In these elections, we humbly request our people to strengthen the left, to vote for CPI and the left and all secular democratic forces. This is our earnest appeal to the people of India, and we wish and we hope our people will agree to our appeal, and we share the sufferings and concerns of the people. So friends, our election manifesto tries to tell the people what CPI will do, what the new government has to do, why this government should go, the present government. Our manifesto explains all these questions. So I need your support also. The media should tell the people what left parties are telling, what CPI is telling, how genuine their concerns are. You must also tell the people. So this is my humble request. Thank you very much. Altogether, because there are different phases, so we have announced some states. Some states talks are going on and yet to be finalized. Maybe around 30 seats, 25 to 30 seats, CPI will contest.
Will there be an alliance in Andhra and Telangana?
Andhra, there is some adjustment. We will be contesting one parliament seat there, 8 assembly seats. Telangana yet to be decided.
The maximum seats in which state?
Huh?
Maximum seats in which state you are proposing?
Maximum?
In which state you are forecasting in a big way, like maximum number of candidates?
No, that depends. In Kerala, we are fighting 4. In Jharkhand, we will fight minimum 5. In Bengal, we will fight 2 to 3. So there is variation, but we will fight across the country. So, thank you.
Regarding Kerala, sir, the lot of interest in this contest in Amethi. So if you say something on this, sir.
Amethi?
No, not Amethi, Kerala, where
No, that it's a state-specific issue. I will speak to you. Let us focus on manifesto now. That I will speak to you.
Shall I say what? Shall I say?
Here, our party in the manifesto, we have made it clear. We will continue to fight for full statehood for Puducherry and Delhi, national capital, Delhi. Both are elected state assemblies. Puducherry has got elected state assembly. Delhi has got elected state assembly, but they do not have statehood. So our party's consistent position is both Delhi and Puducherry should be given statehood.
Do you expect that you have now 3 MPs also? Do you expect that number to rise this time?
Definitely, because in the outgoing parliament, we have 2, CPM has 3, total 5, and we hope that the strength of left will go up, and people also want the strength of left should go up, because left emerging as a strong force to be reckoned with in parliament, it will strengthen the democratic structure of our government and society. Sir? Huh? 2000?